Hello everyone, welcome back to our second day of RAM Virtual Festival. Today is dedicated to the artists. We have panels, keynotes about artists, we have meetings inside our virtual venue, the Museum of Other Realities. And now with me is Mathieu Pradat. He is the artist behind Colossus, Encounter number 3, and he will share a few words about his work. Hello Mathieu.
Hello, Ulrich. This is great to be here with you virtually, talking from Marseille. I'm really happy.
Welcome to our RAM venue.
This is awesome. Congratulations to you and your team for putting this. We're very, very happy. It's very, very special because this was intended to be created physically in Hamburg, this work, Colossus, with your support, with the support of RAM, and somehow we managed to work this with the lockdown and working at distance with you and also with the great team that's worked on this project, Sowen, Freddy Connet and Mohamed Marouen, André Berlemont, Florent Briet and Julien Gerbert, and we're really, really happy maybe to give a spirit of a festival, of a live creation.
Exactly. So, Mathieu, you have been actually here in Hamburg in our venue, in the physical venue, the last few years already. And as you just said, we wanted to present this work here. We had everything set up, and then we have to go virtual because of the Corona crisis. Can you tell our viewers a little about RAM Festival, what your expression is, how you experienced it over the last few years, and how do you like the virtual version?
Well, actually, RAM is definitely one of my favorite as festivals of immersive contents, as it's tackling several kind of experience, both fictions, documentaries, and also work by artists. And I think that's maybe this very broad approach that makes it very, very special. And the fact, and I want to thank you, Ulrich, and all your teams, Sabrina Schmidt, Joanna, for helping creating works, new works, I mean, that are really starting in this festival, like the roaming 2 years ago, started here in a prototyping session. And I think that's the best response to people still wondering if the immersive contents can be, the new immersive works can actually be considered artwork or new form of narratives.
This is exactly why we do the festivals. We really give a platform to new artists and to help create those new works. So you remember we also have residencies and people come here, you really have some time, you get mentoring, etc. And I think it's beautiful to see what's coming out of there. So yes, thanks so much. Mathieu, your work is very, very visual, Colossus, and I think I would love to give the viewers a little hint of what the experience actually looks like. Should we try?
Let's do that.
Okay. This is an experiment, guys, so we're experimenting all the time with different formats. We are transforming this live, we send this live into the Museum of Other Realities, so all the visitors inside the Museum of Other Realities see us there. And we're going to now try and make visible what the experience looked like, and we see if this is going to work out.
Great.
So give me a few moments and I will be back with you. 1 second.
Great. All right, so Ulrich, what do you see around you?
I see very beautiful water. Oh, I'm hearing a plane.
And you're seeing this plane as well, right?
Yes.
So first plane you cannot interact with. It's really putting you in the mood of normal flight, transatlantic flight.
Beautiful. So Mathieu, tell me, how did this experience come together? Who did you work with?
We worked with a team based in Paris called Sowen, and with the coder André Berlemont and sound designer Julien Gerbert. In a very short session of work, we worked a little bit more than 4 days to put all this together. And
4 days?
Yeah. I think our ambition is to show how the world is saturating, how the airspaces and also the sea space, the satellites, everything is saturating. And maybe with immersion, we can represent this in a new way, using our anthropometric dimension in a huge form, like to be 12 kilometers high, gives you a new perspective on all these aircrafts all over the world.
Wow.
We were checking at the time when we've been working on this the past weeks, and we were checking the maps of the live maps of planes, supposedly to have come down during COVID. We were amazed by the number of planes.
Wow.
So crazy.
And do I get it right that the sea level is actually rising?
Not for now. I think you will need to interact a bit more with the planes that will start getting at you. And the more you will be looking around you, the more you will trigger new planes coming in your direction that you can either try to avoid or let, as a Saint Sebastian being shot by arrows, they can go through you in a way.
Wow. Tell me, how did you conceive this water? This looks magical.
This was a long process. We started this creation with another part called The Crowd 6 months ago, and we really struggled to have what we wanted for the ocean. And actually, we pulled this off. Florent Brière, the graphic artist, came with a new proposition this time, and I think it's really perfect now. And we're really happy with this. Oh,
it's getting more and more.
You've hit a plane now. There are more planes coming at you.
Yes.
You're only revealing planes that do exist. Each time you move around, you rotate, there are more planes coming at you.
Yes.
If you start walking around, there are even more planes coming at you.
Okay. Are these planes crashing in me? Yes.
They lose control when they're going through the Colossus, and they're really crashing on the ocean. So you're starting to hear the sea as it is rising. Or maybe
Can I
it's
actually
you
get
that-
closer? Can I get closer to it?
Oh yeah, you can definitely crouch. planes that are falling down.
Yes, it is. Beautiful, Mathieu. I'm just going to jump out of the experience, and I'll be back with you in a second.
Okay, can you hear me?
Fine.
Very good. Wow, this was a world premiere, not only seeing this world premiere of this new piece, but also showcasing an artwork through Zoom, live on stage in the VR. And I hope you could see a few things, because I just could see the beautiful experience. I hope you had a good time.
I hope the public had a good time. I could see pretty well on my screen. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And please, if you want to try this, contact me via Brown Festival. I can send a bill to you, and you can experience the Colossus yourself. The Colossus is neither good nor bad. It's just too big, too huge to avoid the saturating planes all over him.
Yeah. Tell me a little more about the background and the overarching idea behind the work.
Behind the work, there is this idea that everything pretty much now is not regulated, is going too far, too strong, too many, and we have to bring a bit of regulation if we just want to survive. There is this ecological crisis everywhere, and I think we have to respond now. So with the immersive works, I have the intuition that we can represent reality in a new way, in a way that didn't exist before, and maybe arise some consciousness in a way we didn't yet do. So first chapter, there are four chapters, 4 encounters. The first one is called The Crowd. It's a very indifferent crowd. A crowd, you meet people and you try, naturally, most users try to talk to those people, to look at them, but they're always turning their back and they're going somewhere else. And when they find other people like them, they gather in circles. And when you enter the circles, they multiply and they're still very hostile. And at a point, they'll sink into the ocean, or maybe the ocean is rising. There is a saturation of this hostile, indifferent crowd. In the second chapter, the birds that is not yet created, birds are eating filthy food given by humans and getting bigger, and filling out the place, saturating the place. Colossus, that you've the very first person to explain this is about those planes. Last year there was a day there were I think, if I remember well, 100,025 planes flying on the same day. There are so many debris, more than 10,000 debris of satellites that it's getting difficult to see the out of space, and the boats that are really literally saturating the ocean nature are a major issue for wildlife, and because we are just buying goods for everywhere, and we are maybe this is my inspiration for this work, to arise consciousness and to give a new perspective. I want to keep it in a way. I try not to bring it in a literal way. I think it's really an existential matter. So I try to keep a kind of a metaphysical approach, and it's not a lesson I'm giving. It's just let's see, and then maybe we can do something together. I think.
But this is why we are is also so powerful, right? Because you can transport the message, but people can still, it's their own feeling in that moment. When I just experienced it, it is so immersive, and at the same time, you have the feeling you're active, although you're passive, with the planes coming up to you. And in no other medium you can have this animation of the visitor. So I think that is super powerful, and I totally understand in which direction you want to go with that.
That's totally true, and I think maybe that's why we can hope for, in a way, a call to action with this kind of new narratives. As yeah, you're already acting in it, yeah, and you maybe want to do something. You're already in motion in a way. And encounters. The last chapter is actually about encounter happening. The 3 first chapters, it's not really happening. It's a no encounter. It's a difficult, saturating world, and the 4th chapter will be of the happening of the true encounter. That
can you tell me a little about the idea and the future of this project? How would you like to install it or showcase it? Is it going to be sort of physical installation, or how do you envision that?
We actually, this RAM 2020 is a very good opportunity, because we were going to develop it first as a mixed reality piece and bringing it online later on. And we had to rethink this. And actually we did this working with you, with your teams. And I'm really happy to be thinking of the online version. I consider it now as a transmedia immersive work. The mixed reality work, you actually walk on the surface of water.
You do? Okay.
Yes, you do. And each chapter brings a new water temperature. At the beginning, when the crowd is hostile, the water is cold. And when there is the true encounter, the water is warmer. So it's the sensations are very strong, and they're triggering very strong emotions. But what you can do with an online version that I think is very, very interesting is that it can be massively multi-user, and that's what we want to do. I mean, with the Colossus, because someone is going to be moving very much, triggering many planes, and you can stay very passive, see what happens. It's really also what you do, what other people do, and the 2 versions are going to be bringing different emotions, I think, with the same project.
Totally. Mathieu, thank you so much for sharing your work with us, and a nice greeting to all of you outside the Museum of Other Realities and outside of our physical space here. And make sure you check out the museum and our institute there.
I will join you in a minute, and
fantastic.
I'm really super happy to be talking to you all.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.